Most people use a filter like a fancy EQ. By the end of this video, you'll never use one the same way again. Today, I want to show you how you can turn this into something like this. It's all about a module that adds a huge amount of shape, movement and character to your sound, the filter. I'll be comparing 3 different filters and I'll also walk you through some practical patch examples along the way. Yeah, filters. Those things that are often underestimated, but can do so much more than just cut highs. I picked 3 filters that I find really exciting. Each one sounds different, feels different, and with a few small patch tricks, you can do some pretty wild stuff with them. So, we'll listen, patch together, and I'll show you a few creative techniques that you can easily recreate. And the best part, we'll also recreate these patch ideas in Ableton Live, so you can apply them directly in your DAW. Let's get started. I picked 3 filters. They make Noise QPAS. A stereo multimode filter, it sounds alive, spacious and very flexible, perfect for moving stereo sounds. The MFB 24dB VCF-SSI, a classic low-pass filter based on the SSI 2144 chip. Dirty, aggressive, punchy. Great for raw, direct sounds. And best of all, you can modulate the resonance with CV. The Serge Variable Resonance Filter, VCFQ, a true classic. Multimode with simultaneous access to low, high, band and notch outputs. It sounds powerful, refined, and you can even ping it to create percussive sounds. You can also use the 1 volt per octave input for pitch tracking. Super versatile and full of character. Let's quickly listen to how they sound. I'll just send the same oscillator through all 3 so we can hear the differences. Quick basics before we go deeper. Every filter has 2 main controls. Cutoff is the frequency where the filter starts to act. Move it and the sound opens up or closes down. Resonance boosts the frequencies around the cutoff. A little gives you character, a lot makes the filter scream, or even sing on its own, like we'll see in a minute. Keep those 2 in mind, everything else builds on top. Okay, what actually makes these filters so different? Here are a few key points. QPAS is stereo, you can really open up space with it. The other 2 are mono, but that doesn't mean they're boring. Here's how that comparison sounds. Some filters whistle nicely, others scream. The MFB almost distorts. That can be really cool for aggressive sounds. The first thing I always do with a filter is crank up the resonance and see or hear what happens. In Ableton it looks like this. X-axis is frequency, Y-axis is resonance. What can you modulate? Cutoff, resonance, sometimes even the filter shape. Modulation is key for interesting patches. There are different basic filter types. Low pass lets low frequencies through and cuts the highs. High pass, the opposite. Highs stay, lows are removed. Band pass, only a narrow range in the middle remains. Notch removes that middle range and lets everything else pass. Some filters even let you morph between these shapes, smoothly blending from low pass to band pass to high pass. That opens up really exciting sonic movement. One thing I didn't mention, filter slope. The MFB is 24 dB per octave, steep, aggressive cut. The QPAS is gentler. That's a huge part of why 2 filters at the same cutoff can sound completely different. Steeper isn't better, it's just a different flavor. And filters aren't just for subtractive synthesis. You can ping them, use them as oscillators, build creative feedback loops. I'll show you some tricks in a second. Alright, let's get practical. I want to show you a few patch examples and listen to them together. As a base, I built a simple subtractive patch, oscillator, VCA and an envelope. I am controlling everything with a keyboard. A really exciting technique is to split your signal and send it through two filters at the same time. Then you mix them back together, and boom, the sound becomes wider, more alive, more complex. I take the output of the VCA and split it using a tip-top stackable cable. Then I go into my Make Noise QPAS and the MFB filter. I set both filters quite differently, so I get different signals on the left and right. I also patch an LFO to the cutoff of both filters. And then route everything into my stereo delay. Left MFB, right QPAS. Sounds like this. In Ableton Live, this is super easy with an audio effect rack. I load a rack into my track and create two chains. On the first chain I use an auto filter as a high pass, on the second an auto filter as a band pass. You can use any filter type here, of course. Now my signal runs through both filters at the same time. If I move the filters against each other or add LFO modulation, I instantly get more depth and movement. Using the rack spanning, you can spread the chains across the stereo field. Suddenly, your sound feels much bigger than with just one filter. You can also chain multiple filters in series to shape or bend your sounds even more. If you turn up the resonance far enough, the filter starts to self-oscillate. It basically becomes an oscillator. That sounds super alive and fat. If you now modulate the cutoff with an LFO or the 1 volt per octave output of a keyboard, you get pitch movement that sounds like a synth voice. Let's try that with the MFB and the QPAS. And you can recreate this in Ableton Live. Load an auto filter, turn the resonance all the way up. Now the filter starts generating its own tone. If you modulate the cutoff with an LFO, you'll get those singing filter sounds. The next one is my favorite, and the one most people have never tried. Now comes a real classic, pinging. You send a super short trigger impulse into the filter audio input and suddenly the filter pings back. The result? Percussive, clicky sounds that are great for kicks, toms or click percussion. Depending on the filter, you get very different tones, from subtle droplets to punchy drums. For this, I take the output of my envelope and patch it into the trigger input of the filter. The Serge filter also has a 1 volt per octave input, which I can modulate with a sequencer to make the filter jump between pitches. In a DAW, this behavior is hard to replicate, since digital filters don't react physically like analog circuits. But I'm really curious. If anyone knows a trick to recreate this in Ableton or another DAW, drop it in the comments. This is the classic synth sound. An ADSR envelope modulates the cutoff frequency. That's what creates those dynamic, expressive movements in sound. Depending on the settings, you can get everything from plucky sounds to soft pads to punchy bass lines. I take the output of my ADSR and patch it into the filter cutoff. Now I have one envelope for volume and another one for filter movement. And here's how it works in Ableton Live. Most synths have a filter envelope. In Operator it looks like this. Open the filter, increase the envelope amount, and now you can shape the filter with the synth's envelope. Just remember, you need to close the filter enough to actually hear the effect. A filter comes alive when you modulate a cutoff. Patch in an LFO sequencer or random generator and your sound starts moving. Depending on the source, this can range from subtle motion to total chaos. I patch the gate output of my keyboard into the clock input of my sequencer. That way, every key press advances the next step. Then I send the CV output of the sequencer to the filter cutoff. Now the filter jumps rhythmically with each note. In Ableton Live you can easily recreate this. Load an auto filter and use an LFO, Max for Live or inside an audio effect track. Map it to the cutoff frequency and control the movement with rate and depth. For rhythmic modulation, you can also use clip envelopes, just draw automation for the filter cutoff. And if you want unpredictability, use a random modulator. It gets chaotic in a really fun way. Filters are so much more than just an EQ with control voltage. You can shape textures, create movement, even generate melodies if you patch creatively. A filter becomes almost like an instrument on its own. If you enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe. There are regular videos here about modular synthesis, sound design, and creative music ideas. And hey, if you have a favorite filter, let me know in the comments. I love discovering new gear. See you soon and happy patching.